myself. This is Cameron Indoor Stadium West. It's unbelievable.
Now here goes Keontae. I mean, it's sweet as wine. Keontae taking it to the rack, baby. He says, up and away. Get out of here, Big O. You can't get this one, baby. I'll tell you, John Son.
That is the voice that you will recognize around the world. And such a fantastic game there on the call, too. 1995, Oklahoma State and Kansas. Doesn't really get much better than that. Classic footage of the one and only Mr. Dick Vitale, who is joining us. I tell you what, I am so excited to have Dick on. Dick, how's it going?
It's going really great, man. Just did a podcast, actually. Two great baseball guys, Victor Rojas and Joel Goldberg, and just finished theirs and been interviewed by writers. You know, it keeps me busy, man. Social media, the radio shows, keeps me busy in these tough times that we're all facing, scary times. But I think we're all going to come through somehow, some way, or medical experts out there trying to find a cure with a vaccine. Let's hope and pray that happens so we can get back to normalcy and get back to seeing some games.
Yes, sir, absolutely. I think we all are ready for that. Patrick Wheeler here, Jason Olmquist is with us, and then Tom Dorado as well. Before we ask you about Eddie, which I know you want to get to for sure pretty quickly here, that intro right there with that call, those calls at Oklahoma State, I remember the just how iconic it was. Was that maybe, I guess I'd ask you to compare that atmosphere to all the other atmospheres you've experienced in college basketball.
Well, the fans were right on top of you. I remember that. That was during Country's time, right? Wasn't it Brian's
yes.
time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really a great time. It was a great situation going down there for the basketball battle that went on with Jayhawks bring out everybody's best anywhere they go. But I think you're going to have a lot of excitement this year when the kid Cunningham comes out and puts that uniform on for Coach Boykin. I think you're going to really enjoy. The guy's got some kind of talent.
Hey, Dick, Tom Dorado here. It's been a while since we've talked. Maybe the last time we did that thing for Eddie's TV show over at Oral Roberts when we were practicing over there. But good to hear your voice, as usual. Let me ask you, how much, and this is the topic of conversation around here, the bottom line is Eddie got in the Hall of Fame. But how much pressure you think was put on the committee this year as versus other, let's say, the last 3 or 4 years?
Well, you know, they should have never got to that person, Tom, to that point, because the guy's record was unbelievable. I mean, unfortunately, he had one little incident there down in Kentucky that really dampened the views of some people. But you look at a guy who came back so strong and what he did, and you look at his overall record. I go back with Eddie back to Creighton days when we made $50 going out doing clinics. He was at a Catholic school. I was at a Catholic school, Detroit. And I always felt that I learned so much whenever I sat down and talked to Eddie about basketball. The guy was just such a sharp mind, and his love for Hank Iba was off the charts. And I'm just so happy for his family. In fact, he called me up. Sean did before I guess it was really big time announced. He called me up to let me know they had just gotten the call, and his dad was sitting there and really sad in a way because he couldn't express his feelings, how he felt. And I asked Sean, I said, is he aware? And Sean said, we think that he definitely knows what happened. And it's just so sad, really. And I'm so happy he got in while he's living, while he's here, to know that happened.
Hey, Dick, have you seen the movie? Have you seen the film, Eddie? Have you seen it?
No, I did some promo work for it, but I have not seen it yet. No.
Okay, well, I've seen it twice now.
Then we're going to show it down at the Final Four.
Yes.
And that's when I was going to see it, basically, but I have not seen it.
Was
it good?
Yes, and you're in it a number of times, and it covers the gamut, okay, long story short. But you made a comment in there, and it was so true that you said, what is a true champion? Person who gets knocked down, gets all the way down and comes back up again. And that hit me hard when you said that, because that's really the essence of that movie.
Yeah, well, that's what life is about, really. How do you bounce back, through tough times? Anybody can stand tall when they tell you the greatest in the world, and they're giving you gold trophies and all that. Is how you have to respond. They did a big story on me in the Athletics, Ed Davis, and we talked about, some of the things that I had to face and then make some decisions. I lost my eye as a kid. I thought it was the end of the world. And my mom and dad, who were just terrific, uneducated, fifth grade, doctor of love, worked in factories, blue collar, but so inspirational. And kept saying to me all the time, it was never Dick, it was Richie. Don't let this get you down. You're going to be somebody. You got enthusiasm and energy. I used to use the word spirit all the time. And it just, you have no choice sometimes in life. And you got two choices. feel sorry for yourself or pick up the pieces and move on. Then I got, a situation where I got fired coaching in the pros. I thought my career was over, man. On that day, I thought it was done, November 8, 1979. There's no way you would tell me today that as I'm speaking to you guys, 41 years later, in terms of 41 at ESPN, and as I speak to you, and I certainly don't say this to brag, I say it because I'm proud, but I'm speaking to you in my office, and I'm looking on the wall here, and I see all these Hall of Fame honors. I'm in 14 Hall of Fames. Not bad for a guy that can't run, jump, shoot, got a body by Linguini. But all my life I've been passionate about what I did. I've always had a sense of pride in what I did, and I've always tried to do the right thing. And then really, I learned that at home. My parents used to always tell me, Richie, you be good to people, and people are going to be good to you. People have been so good to me. I mean, I can't say enough about ESPN, the people I've gotten to know, because they've been part of my life for more than half of my life. I've been there.
Hey, Dick, again, thanks for joining us. This is Jason Elmquist. And obviously, the past month for us college basketball fans, it's a month-long Christmas that we didn't get the opportunity to experience. For you, how difficult has that been because of how involved you are in the sport? And ultimately, if there would have been a bracket, or who would have been the team that you think could have made the biggest run at a championship this year?
Obviously, to a guy like myself, 41 years, I've been so much part of what basketball has meant to me in my life. I mean, I lived the life I live because of basketball, so it means a great deal. But along the way, we have a bigger battle, and basketball's got to go to the sidelines, it's got to go to the bench, and we just can't. There was no way we could even think about playing the games. I thought initially, when they made the announcement, that going the postponement route would have been better. But then when you really studied it, and I read some of the quotes of Mark Emmert of the NCAA in talking to the experts in the infectious disease business, that there was no way you're going to be able to play this game, even if it's talking about, April, May. So once you get there, you can't do it anymore. The kids are gone. But you try to make the most of it. We got to follow all the guidelines telling us, and I try to keep active. I work out every day for at least an hour. Social media has kept me so busy, and radio shows. I can't tell you how many radio shows I have done within the last couple of weeks, and podcasts. I did one yesterday with Patrick McEnroe. Did the one today. I just told you with Victor Rojas and Joel Goldberg, and just trying to keep busy. Try to keep busy.
Hey, Dick, I know you're really busy right now, and we'll let you go here in just a minute. Real quick, can you speak?
I got a few more minutes, guys.
Okay, good deal. Can you speak to just, I guess, the quality of the class that was inducted into the Hall of Fame with Eddie Sutton, and then, of course, the players highlighted by Kobe Bryant?
Yeah, it was really a terrific class. In fact, I always thought my class was really as good as any. I mean, I got in with guys, and I didn't make the class the level that it is, but the guys that were with me was unreal. I mean, Pat Riley, Keem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, also Kathy Rush was a terrific women's coach at Immaculata, Adrian Dantley, a scoring machine. They rated, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, somebody did a rating system of all the classes. And number one class was the Jordan class. Well, it's number one just with Jordan, me, and anybody else. That'd be number one. But ours was number 5, my class. I don't know where they had Kobe and the class Eddie Sutton's in. I know it had to be in the top 5 for sure because it is a terrific class.
Dick, you and I grew up in pretty much the same area. Played for good old St. Cecilia, and I don't know if we ever played you guys or not. But
yeah, I played St. Cecilia when I was coaching. We played against them. Man, I remember St. Cecilia, you probably remember, Vince Lombardi, obviously.
Yeah.
Vince Lombardi. That motivated me, Tom, like you couldn't believe, because I used to go, swear to God, this is crazy. But when I was coaching in high school and all, and coaching back in those days, I would sometimes just walk the halls and know that Vince Lombardi, was there as a coach, and unreal. Then Ralph Cavalucci did a great job.
Oh, man. You remember Cavalucci, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, Carl Cavalucci. He had two kids that were in my class. You may even know these guys. They were in my 8th grade football team. I knew nothing about football. I couldn't tell you wing tees, split tees. I knew one thing, and the kid always reminded me of that. I got a text from him about a year ago, and I told the team, I said, look, I don't know nothing about football. I know one thing. If they get 6, we got to get 7. We didn't lose a game in 2 years. We did not lose a game, and we played with fire. And 2 of our stars decided their families were offered, I guess, scholarships or something to go to St. Cecilia. Joe Giaimo ended up being a quarterback up there, and Ross Santora. Those names mean anything to you?
They were I think ahead of me because I played my last 2 years. I played for Cavalucci my senior year.
What year was that you played?
Oh man, I got out in '58, so it was '56, '55.
Yeah, these guys played. I'll tell you when they played. I graduated college in '62, so they played '63, '64. They probably played at St. Cecilia, I would say, probably around '68, '69.
Mm-hmm.
They were terrific players, but Cavalucci was something special, man. He was like a young version of Lombardi.
Where is he still with us? I should ask that. Is he still?
I don't know that.
Okay.
I haven't mentioned. This is the first time I've mentioned his name probably in 40 years.
Me too.
I'm proud of myself that I even remembered that. That means tells me because I'll tell you this: as you get older, I'm 81 now, and the one thing I guard against it, was all the young guys out there. Let's face it, young. When I say young guys in their 30s, 25s, Twitter especially, if you, as a guy my age, make a name mistake with a player, they call you senile, you're washed up, you're done, retire, get out of it. So I work even extra hard, and I've been very blessed, luckily, that, my memory's still there because I'll tell you, I've told my bosses time and time again, nobody's going to have to tell me when a party's over. When it's over, I'll know it. And when it happens, I'll be the first guy to say, you know what? I've lived a hell of a life, made a hell of a living, and had a lot of fun doing something I love, and it's time to go. It's time to go. But I don't feel that way. I swear to God, I feel like 25. I play singles tennis yet. I work out and keep in shape all the time until I look in the mirror. Then when I look in the mirror, reality sets in.
How proud are you going to be in the induction ceremony when whoever does give the induction speech for Eddie, how proud are you going to be knowing it has come full circle from the time you guys were on the low pay circuit all the way now to the induction?
Well, it's certainly going to be very special. I mean, there's no question. Too bad he couldn't do it. That's really sad in a way, and I really feel bad. I mean, I would imagine his sons or his family will speak on his behalf. It should. That should really be the people involved. But I'm so happy for him because I know how much it meant to the family, and if you say about pressure, but I think really it gets down to reality, man. We got another guy that should be in there. He's 91 years old now, and I hope it happens while he's living. He went over 800 in about 30 games. He didn't coach in the big-time elite schools, but he coached down here at Mount St. Mary's, Jim Phelan, and what he's done as a coach and what he did for basketball for years, and 49 years to coach at the same school. He's a Hall of Famer. Why wait? Why? I think there's nothing that bothers me more than when guys get in the Hall of Fame and they're gone, long gone. They could have been in 20 years earlier, whatever, and they're gone. Somebody has to stand up and talk on their behalf, and it just takes away. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong with that, but I just think it's great when they're living to be able to be there. I'm hoping and praying like Eddie will be there at least. Maybe he can't speak, but he can enjoy the adulation and all the because of what he did.
Hey, Dick, while we have you, I got to ask, what was your initial thought when the NCAA ruled on the extra eligibility for spring athletes but not winter athletes?
Well, I think when you think about the winter athletes, first my thing was, hey, why not give an extra year to all the seniors? All these guys that really dreamt of playing in the NCAA tournament, they dreamt of being part of that, they worked so hard. But then when you think about it and you really use rational and you think about it, you get rational. Bottom line is you could be rewarding guys who in the tournament, you've got to, first of all, figure out who you're going to give it to. All seniors? I mean, for one game? I mean, come on, they might play one game. So I think, financially, scholarship, well, I think they made the right decision. And you know what else? And I've said this once and I'll say it again. If that is the toughest thing a kid's going to have to deal with in their life, I mean, part of life is things don't go your way. They don't go your way. Life is not smooth. I mean, we got battles all the way through. Everybody out there's got battles. I mean, you got to be able to pick up the pieces when those battles get tough for you. The spring sports I can understand because they lost the whole season. I mean, in lacrosse and tennis and baseball and so forth. So I can understand. But that even has created some turmoil if you talk to people involved. For example, I'll give you an example. My grandson's twins are highly rated national tennis players. They're juniors. They committed to Duke. They're going to go to Duke. That's where they're going. My parents, my wife and I, rather, we wanted them to go to Notre Dame because we got 7 degrees from the family at Notre Dame. But their argument was we want to play outdoors, not indoors. So it was a good argument. But now it's affected when you look at the classes. You pick a school and you look at the roster, right? A young kid is a senior in high school now. He picks to go play baseball or tennis, whatever, at Oklahoma State. Is because he feels I'm going to play right away now because, the seniors are gone. Well, now our seniors come back. That affects that kid. That affects the whole recruit. Now, what about scholarships now? You're going to give scholarship money to all these kids for next year. Where are you going to get those dollars? So it's not as easy as people seem to say, oh, do this, give that. It's easy for us to all say that, but it does have some ramifications.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Dickie V, I really appreciate you giving us some time, and I know you're having a super busy schedule right now. We can't thank you enough for coming on and saying those kind words about Eddie. I know that it had to have been as much a relief for you as anybody to see him finally get in.
Yeah, I was really happy. I'd like to share one thing if I got another
absolutely.
minute with you guys. Is number one, do I have a minute to share something with
absolutely.
you?
Sure.
Okay. What I'd like to share is that there's nothing dear. In fact, Mike Boykin's been to my gala. Than raising money for kids battling cancer. We've done this now with my gala. We've raised $29.5 million thus far, and I wanted to go to $35 million, so I'm trying to raise $5 million this year. We had to move our gala. It was May 8th. We moved it to September 4th, and I'm hoping and praying by then everything will be clear that we can do it, because we're going to have a hell of a cast. We're honoring Bruce Arians, the coach now, who's on Cloud 9 with Tom Brady, and I'm on Cloud 9 as a season ticket holder for the Bucks, so he's one of our honored guests. Stephen A. Smith, he'll do a great job at our gala. He's being honored, and along with Mark Few of Gonzaga. And then we're giving a John Saunders Awards out for courage. I miss John so much, and we're giving out courage awards to Pat Williams. He was the guy responsible for Orlando Magic to have pro basketball, and also we're giving it to Jim Kelly, quarterback of the Buffalo Bills fame, Hall of Famer. And then we're giving a $250,000 grant in the name of to Mitch Albom in memory of his daughter who lost her life to brain cancer. And so I'm asking people, if you want to join my team, and you can, man, we sell out the gala every year, 900 people. Bottom line is we bring 60, 70 celebrities come, coaches, you name them, they've been with us. We've had Kenny Chesney, we've had Magic Johnson, Pat Riley, you name them, they come. And they all come free. Everybody comes. Their donation is their time for the Jimmy V Foundation. Bottom line is, you still could join my team, and I need help. I need my team to get bigger and bigger, because the goal is so high, $5 million, and I need people to make donations. I don't care if it's $100, $200, whatever you can donate. And just go to dickvitale.com. dickvitale.com. It's right there, and all the dollars go through the V Foundation for kids battling cancer. Guys, I say this to every interview I do. As we're talking right now, and people think they got a problem, today, 45 to 50 moms and dads are going to hear 4 words that no mom and dad ever wants to hear. Your child has cancer. It's life-changing, and it happens every day. So please, if you can't afford something, if you can't, I understand, but if you can, please make a donation. Just go to dickvitale.com, and it's for kids battling cancer.
You don't get enough credit. You've carried this banner for a long, long time, and I know it's a passion with you, and that's great message right there. Before we cut you loose, if by way you could find Cavalucci somewhere in your connections, I'd like to know where he is, because I didn't like him as a coach because he was hard on us.
He was tough, man.
He
was Vince Lombardi. After Lombardi left there, he was like a Lombardi kind of guy.
The good coach before him, I loved him. We won 2 games, and when Cavalucci came in, we only lost 2 in 2 years. But boy, he was tough. My goodness, he was tough. But if you find him, let me know.
That's a good thing. Maybe I'm going to call my buddies that played for him. Maybe they know.
I would like to hear from him. Yes, sir. Thanks.
Take care, buddy.
Okay, buddy.
Thank you, Dickie V. That was Dick Vitale joining us, and again, you can go to dickvitale.com and make that donation if possible. And again, that's something that you said it there. He's been carrying that for years. I mean, if you turn on ESPN during the college basketball season, you see all the Jimmy V and everything in the speech is fantastic, and we know it's iconic. And then Dickie V has basically grabbed that tote, and he's carried it too ever since, and he's done such a fantastic job with it.
He did it. I think they first came in, of course, they're both basketball coaches, but and Dick would say this on occasion to me, but, we're all kind of paisans, old Italian paisans, and Valvano and Dick were. And when Jim passed, Dick just picked up that banner and ran with it.
Yes, he did.
And he spends as much time doing that as he does anything else. Yes, he is the voice of college basketball, but he's also the voice of gaining enough money to try to beat this cancer thing. And you know what? He went down a list of people who come to his gala just this year. I mean, that's a who's who.
That's incredible.
But they never turn him down because they know exactly what he's going after. So again, I would echo, if you can, go to dickiev.com and donate something, because whatever it is, it'll go in the right direction. And he's right. I can't imagine as a parent you would hear those words. My goodness.
Yeah, it's awful. But again, he did a fantastic job, and he I think expressed, you could hear it in his voice, just there was definitely relief. And I can imagine how he felt when he finally heard the news that Eddie was going to get in the Hall.
They were close. They really were
yeah.
over the years, and they corresponded, a lot. When Eddie was coaching, they talked and. They traded stories, and I'll tell you, I don't know who's the better storyteller, Eddie or Vitale.
Yeah, we could get them on for hours.
But
right?
I guarantee you, if you had about 10 hours you had nothing to do with, they'd go by in a hurry.
Absolutely. Well, that was Dick Vitale, who joined us at the top of the hour.